Hey, what's up, man? Here's a plug in my buddy's book here, one of his books, and he's not alone, as you can see. Filthy Few by James LaFond, and also a bunch of interesting stories, meta stories of a supernatural horror Baltimore by Samuel Finlay, the guy who wrote Breakfast with the Dirt Club, which is a really, really good book I had read a couple of years ago. Uh, and now LaFond and of course Lynn Lockhart, thanks to her, he publishes stuff on Lulu. They take the time to really, really, really edit and proofread the thing, and nice hardcover editions. Crackpot, who's that guy? Right? And of course, always linking to the bookstore. The Filthy Few. Well, it's sort of a take, I guess you'd say, on the Dirty Dozen, but way more. There's a lot. It's a lot of. There's a lot of meta stuff in this. Let's say. Okay? It seems that some elite, these evil elites, are kidnapping helpless members of our society, and there was a president at some point who was going to, believe it or not, he knew what was going on, and he was going to take care of that. He was going to, send in a secret crack force of people, but the secret crack force of people, they need a very expendable group of psychopaths to be the shields for them, essentially, to go and try to whack these evil, totally imaginary elite people with their horrible tastes. It's so evil that even these psychopaths they hire to essentially be cannon fodder. You are likable next to these literally like these vampires. Okay, but it's not a supernatural story. These are supernatural stories. John Howard, who is based on James, apparently, a bunch of I think 3 or 4 stories of just living in Baltimore. If Baltimore was also a supernatural demon city. You remember that old anime? Or getting nerdy there, but these were actually a lot of fun. So if you're a fan of Sam, right, you should check it out as well as LaFond. And this is some sick stuff right here. It is hilarious, and also I'll just leave it. Of course, nice quality, right? Everything here. There's also a guest star in this. Okay, a guest appearance by probably the most defiant, the most stick to his guns. The guy who, from the past decade, one of the few people coming out of the whole, whatever you want to call it, dissident movement. The only guy that could hold his head, one of the few guys that can hold his head up high. Yes, I'm talking about Mr. Andy Nowicki. He is a character in this story. Okay, very, very funny. If you see his videos, if you know his writing, if you know what the issues that he's concerned with. Andy's in there, and it's a really in the middle of all this chaos, and he is Andy. Right? He's definitely Andy Nowicki. So hopefully he may at some point read this and hopefully be entertained at the very least, if not horrified. Because you know how James is, man. He'll depress you with the plantation stuff, or he'll get you angry. He'll totally disgust you, or with the Mayhem, the Mayhem novels, which he seems to be a master at these short Mayhem novels where it is just insane. They'd be amazing movies, right? It's if John Woo, well, actually no, I wouldn't say, if you had like Peckinpah, and if Garth Ennis actually had some balls, you might have something that just begins to approach what this stuff might be. Anyway, I think I've made a good pitch. Check it out. Check out all his stuff. Go to this thing here and get my man some money, because in case you haven't noticed, the Dollar Tree went up a quarter, and it's making a big difference when you go there now. So, all right, later.